Yes, the new Lufi XS is here. I know I've been saying on social media I'm going to make a video on one of these for a little while, finally getting around to it. So what I'm going to do is, in a second, I'll take you through everything that's on the gauge, what's new and what's good about it. But for now, knock the engine off. I'll quickly show you what you get in the box. I'm not going to do a big unboxing reveal. I'll get the stuff out, show you what it looks like, and then we'll run through its features. Right, so this is what you get then. They've gone back on the XS now. They've gone back to the box just like they did in the X1, which was the first model. I know it was different in the XF. That is the gauge out of the box. We'll look into that a little bit more in a minute, but I just put the mount on it so you can quickly see that. What you get with you, back to instructions as well now. For the XF, they've done away with the paper instructions and built them into the device. That was a bit of a fail in my opinion and led to a lot of questions from buyers, but we got a paper one back. The OBD2 connector is like the XF, it comes with a small wire. Now for 99.9999% of people, you can just not worry about that little accessory wire. There is ways, if yours doesn't switch off, you can just set it to RPM in the menu. So if it doesn't see an RPM for a certain amount of seconds, it auto off. Maybe we'll touch on that later, but it's in the manual, it's all explained, so you can just find that out. But yeah, the little thin wire, don't worry about that. Comes with this sticky pad as well, comes in a little bag. But to the gauge, let's quickly show you how it mounts on the back. And the good thing with this lot, it's swivel and height adjustable, so you can have it higher, lower. If you look at mine, I like mine fairly low. I'm not into having it up high like that. But yeah, so that comes off. Unscrew that. It will come out, I promise. Well, I should do anyway. You know what? I should have put this on the stand. There you are, he's out. So it's just a little bolt there, look. That slots up there. But the features that are good about this now is the way the connection goes into the back of that. Rather than going straight in like on the X1, it comes up so it can be mounted slimline. So touch buttons. There's no usual buttons, it's all touchscreen. Let me get you an X1 quickly out and show you how they compare before we go into its features. Alright, so there's your size comparison to the X1. I just think it looks a lot better, squared off. Also, it hasn't got that attachment on the bottom, which obviously was needed for the X1, but some people wanted to mount them differently and you were stuck with that lump on there. But say slightly different shape. I think it's just a much more modern design. The screen is actually bigger, the display side of the screen as well, which we'll look at in a minute. Side view then, you can see it's thinner, not as chunky as the X1. And also, as I was saying, let's get them there, the way the connection goes into the back, like it went straight in on the X1, where it goes up and into the XS. It's also worth noting it hasn't got the extra ports for connections to the X1, which I never found anything that would connect to it anyway, and I wasn't a fan of the big shift light. So you don't have the big shift light option in this, but what you do have is your USB connection, so it can do updates if needed, but they come with the latest software anyway. Like I say, connection up through there. The good thing about this though, right, is because it's nice, slim, flat on the back, you could 3D print yourself a lovely little holder for this. I've been thinking of a new place where to put mine. Thinking maybe I could have something 3D printed and it go there. The reason being, I like the display to be seen when I've got my videos on track. And like with it over there, I can, the camera is set back there, I can sometimes see through, but I like to watch my videos back and see what it's showing. So I'm thinking I may ask someone to 3D print me something there, but anyway, that's not part of this video, just talking on. But yeah, if that's something that interests you, but it can sit flat as well. Like someone sent me this in a Renault and they had it in the center console to fit it perfectly. You know, if we didn't have on the Fiesta, didn't need that display, that would sit perfect in there. But obviously I need that display. Something like that might work as well, you know. That would be a nice feature in there. But anyway, yeah, I'm waffling on. So what I'm going to do now is get that one off there, connect it, rather than have it in the distance there. It's just going to be easier if I can place it in my hand and have it connected up here, and we can just go through all the settings and I can show you what it's like. Okay, so that's it connected up. I've just plugged him in there now. Mine is still there. And for those who are interested, if you had the X1 before any of the previous ones, you can leave your wire in if you're upgrading and reuse the old wire, which mine is still on the old X1 wire, but say I've just got it plugged in here. But you can see how when it, I'll tell you about that alarm now. See how it connects in there. It's just a lot slicker in it. I mean, you can do some good mounting stuff with that. Like I say, that'll go flat. Anyway, that alarm, right? This one has got a gyroscope, so if you tilt it too much, it thinks that you've rolled your car over, so it kicks off on you. But yeah, right, so this is one of the screens then. Like, I haven't set up every screen, okay, but this is one of them. Obviously I've got my Ford logo, and I'll quickly take you through all. So this one is a G-force meter, which is brand new to the XS model. Obviously it's GPS, and it's got gyroscopes and meters and stuff in it, and you know, whatever it's got, and it works, right? So G-force has got your brake and acceleration. You see the little yellow dot moving around. That records your peaks, and you can go into the menus and look at peaks, and then you can set what you want here. So if you use this on track days, you can look back and see where your peak G-forces were. This is gyroscope. This is more for off-roading. Like I say, it's got that pitch alarm look, so it's telling if you've gone too far. This needs, really, once you get in your position and your level, I think you need to just calibrate it as a 0. But this is not something I'm going to use, but for you off-roading people, I would say that's going to be right up your street. Next one is this menu. Now I haven't set this one up myself, but you've got what you can see in the center there, and your temperature on there, and you can have your 4 settings there. I haven't worked out what that is flashing at me yet, to be honest. It could be because the engine's not running, but there you are. Then there's this screen, if you like that design. And this one, I put the Ford logo in there. I put a few things there that I'm using. And then back to the biggie. So 12 parameters on this one. The X1 was only 6. The XF went to 9. And this one is now 12. Now I am thinking, do I make a video and I explain to you what I am monitoring and everything I'm going through there? And because a lot of people don't actually understand the settings and how important they are, and how you can monitor and keep an eye on the car. So if you want me to make a detailed video on what I monitor, what they mean and why, then let me know. So yeah, going back through to this one then. So that's the choices of screens. What I shall do for you now, let me just fire up the engine, and then you can see them in action. Right, I thought I had a flat battery then. Right, let's go back to that one then. So there we have it. You notice the water temp is staying blue, and with this one you can now alter that. I think the X1 had its own setting for what it was at. I'm accidentally touching buttons there. But now I've set that to like 80, so it'll stay blue until 80. So let's get back to this one, so you can see everything moving around, doing these things. Now, like I say, I find all of these important to me. I do watch and monitor them. So what features have we got that I can show you that's new then? Well, the big one is speed. Speed is now GPS. You have the option in the menu. Oh, calm down, Steve. You have the option in the menus. So just to get into the menu is this. Press that and then you're in, and that is back. So it's that simple, up and down, right? I don't know exactly where it is in the menu, but you can either set the speed to be based off your car's display, or you can have it GPS. So I've got mine set to GPS. What does that mean that's better than ever then? Well, time attack. So now if you want to do your 0 to 60 and 0 to 100, your quarter mile, well, they can now be bang on GPS accurate. So what am I doing? I want to reset that. So if you go into that look, that's what you got. So you just, once you start going, it's automatic and it does it all for you. This was in the old models, but it wasn't GPS. For me, that's a game changer. I think you're gonna love that one. Obviously, checking your codes, same as before. You can go in and have a look at your DTCs. Now this will pop up with instructions, which is new as well. None of the old devices have done that. So you can just go through, you can look at your codes, or you have them on auto clear, sorry, you can clear them, read them, you know where the score is there. ECU data, other setup. Now, if we go in here, you can do custom data and PIDs, right? So if any of you are clever enough to understand how to set up custom PIDs, then let me know, because as you know, one of the issues with all of these, especially on the Ford Fiesta, well, I don't know about other cars, but on the Fiesta, boost only reads up to 1.55 bar. The reason for that is because the information that all of these OBD2 devices use is they're reading a signal from the ECU as sort of a universal setup, and that's the low resolution boost, which only goes up to 1.55 bar. To get over 1.5 bar, you need to have the custom knock the engine off. You need to be able to access phone, shut up. You need to be able to access the high resolution, which would be a custom PID, which is not part of the universal PID format. I don't understand it all, but yeah, if you can get me to run that, let me know, because I've tried now and been able to get there. But let's have a look what we got then. So system setup for mile an hour, how you want your boost. You can adjust the accuracy of all of these, but I leave them as they are, because obviously as they are is best. The speed of 106, that's more for your car, that's not for your GPS. You can alter the milliseconds of the loop time. I put mine down to 60 so it responds faster. Then you've got your warm-up. I say, like, I put mine to 75 so it'll stay blue until 75 degrees. Fuel type, I haven't been into any of that. There you are, speed data source GPS. So if you go into that, you can then go OBD or GPS. So I've left mine on GPS, I want it to be accurate. Buzzer sounds, you know all the alarm types. So choose system would be for different type of cars. I think I'm on the I'm on Universal. So you got the Honda, the Volkswagen, Toyota, BMW in development. So I'm going through all of them, but like I say, I'm not long. So yeah, what else have we got in here? Warning setup. Just like before, you can, like my RPMs, I've got them right out of the way, so nothing's interfering with me. The speed up to 180 mile an hour. Not in going that fast, but I don't really want it beeping at me for speed. But voltage, yes, I want that on 11 volts. Water temp, leave that at 105. Oil temp, unfortunately, we do not have a sensor in the Fiesta. And the turbo one, I've raised up, even though we can't get up that high, unfortunately. Oil pressure, we don't have an oil pressure sensor. Fuel I've left alone. Exhaust gas temp, leave that 950, that's a good one. And gear is not applicable to us, not on this anyway. I say you got your G meter gyro setup, so you can go into that. I haven't really been through much of this, but you've got your calibration, G meter range up to 2G. I suppose you can put that up. I don't know, it'd be nice if we could get up to 3G, wouldn't it? And then clear your meter. So my max on 1.58. I haven't done bad there. Your pitch warnings, actually, now I have found them, I can alter that and stop it buzzing at me when it's tilting over, so I can put that right up. Your GPS setup, have we already been in there? I'm not sure. Let's have a look. GPS information. No, we haven't. So I don't know what that's all about, but if that means something to you, your coordinates, whatever that means. But yeah, so this is the Lufi XS. So I do think this is much better than all the others. It's kind of basically looks wise and everything, very similar to an X1 in its design, or similar shape, you know what I'm getting at, but with the features of best of both. So I feel like it's got the best features of this with the best features of the XF and combined it into a much better device. I think this is the best ever. At the moment, I haven't actually got any of the XF in stock, which is the rounded one. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Because of the price range of this, I kind of think it's going to knock that one out of the market. Personally, that's my choice. Let me know what you think. Do you still prefer the XF? Do you prefer the X1? The X1 is priced quite a lot lower than this. This one's going to be on eBay. There'll be a link in the description. You can have a look at what the current prices are. But it has cost me substantially more to get them in stock. But yeah, I think the XF is quickly going to become redundant, because for me this blows away. Why would you want to buy an XF at £100 when it doesn't have GPS, and this has got displays like it, but it just does everything better. The XS is a leap up massively from the old ones. What's the X1? The X1's about 6-7 years old since they brought that one out. Don't get me wrong, I still like the X1. If you just want raw basic data for like a track car, it still performs really well. But it's the XF I feel like could get pushed out the market. But I don't know, there's going to be people who still prefer that design. So anyway, that's my quick video showing you around there. Like I say, I will do another video if that's what you want to see, with me going through each setting and parameter, what they mean, and how you can keep a check on your car's health by looking through them. And you know, I've probably waffled far more in this video than I should have. I should have wrote a script really and planned what I was going to say, but it is what it is. Right, I'm done. I'm finished. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget, look in the link in the description. I'm selling them on eBay. If you know me on social media, contact me. I can do you a better deal on there, cutting out the eBay cost too. So as always, thanks for watching, and bye.